Hey, hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So last night during the Total Women's Summit, we were talking about motivation. And this is coming from somebody who I used to think motivation and being motivated was so easy, um, especially in the beginning. So you're motivated by the possibilities, right? I just want to talk about the life cycle of motivation for a minute. So the first thing that happens, good morning, everybody. Good morning. The first thing that happens is that you're motivated by the possibilities. So before I ever wrote a book, Good Morning Marva, I was motivated by becoming an author. Then once I wrote a book, I was motivated by becoming a selling author. Then once I became a best-selling author, so you have this cycle of being motivated because you haven't accomplished these things. I know that's the case for me. And then the more you accomplish, the harder it gets to just stay motivated for the sake of being motivated. I don't know if that makes sense. And definitely say good morning as you're coming in. Tell me where you're coming in from. Good morning, Ursula. Um, when I first got my job at Chase, I was motivated by the opportunity to get promotions and increases. Then as I got more and more promotions, more and more increases, it seemed like I'm not gonna say that the motivation dried up. It's just like the motivation changed. I don't know if any of you go through the same thing, but it's like the motivation just became different. And so now in my business, good morning, Monica from Alabama. I don't know, but I'm finding myself having a hard time staying motivated. Part of it because I lost my mom. I think that was a big source of motivation for me. And now having to go back and rebuild um, internal motivation, keeping myself, good morning, Berlin, motivated to do things. Good morning, Lamorna, especially things that you've already accomplished, right? So money is great, but then once you know you can make it, how do you stay motivated beyond just the money? Because you can have more than enough money. And then the question becomes, how do you stay motivated beyond, the revenue? So I'm gonna talk to you guys this morning. Good morning, Alice. Good morning. You guys tell me where you're coming in from, what city or state. I'm gonna talk to you guys this morning about some things I came up with. Definitely give me some things to add to the list. I think women ask me all the time, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay motivated? And my answer used to be, it's easy. But girl, like my grandmama say, just keep living. Cause life ain't easy. Life is HARD. And that tends to vacillate. I have times where I think life is easy, then I have times where I think life is difficult. I don't know if it's the same for you. Oh, Alice, you right down the street in Houston. So is it the same for you guys? Weigh in the comments. What do you think about motivation? Is it easy or is it hard? Just say easy or hard. And then staying motivated. Is it easy or hard? I know you in the DMV, Miss Verlin. Good morning, Vicky. So tell me what you. Alice said it's hard. Ursula said it's hard. Especially finishing. When I get a new project, it seems like it's easy, and then to stay motivated to complete that. I like Lamora's answer. She didn't say it's easier or hard. She says very challenging. It's very challenging. Good morning, Rose. Yeah, so you get excited when you first start, you get this new project, and you're like, oh my God, this is gonna be amazing, this is gonna be great. And everybody knows anytime you get a new project, a lot of times you don't see how much work it really is. Hey, Heavenly Dude, good morning. Long time. And so as you get started, it seems like, just finding the motivation not to get started. Well, sometimes we struggle finding the motivation to get started. But once we get started, it seems like it's even harder to find the motivation to stay started. So this morning, I'm going to give you 7 things, really 7 places to find and keep your motivation. Somebody type in the number 7. And I was impressed that it came out at the number 7 because we all know that that's the number of completion. Amen. And so I knew that this was a God thing and not just a good thing. So the first place to find motivation and keep motivation is definitely the Bible. I think sometimes we overlook it as a source of motivation. We overlook it as a source of inspiration. I know as I got older, I had to start looking at the Bible differently. When I was younger, I looked at it like my grandmama's Bible. Anybody with me? When I was younger, it was my grandmama's Bible. It was my mom's Bible. It was my aunt's Bible. And as I got older, I had to start realizing that that was my word. That was my source. That was my motivation. And I realized too, and King Solomon said it in Proverbs, the richest man, and King Solomon is arguably the richest man that ever lived. And there's a book by Stephen K. Scott called The Richest Man That Ever Lived. And I realized as I got older that the closer I word, the easier it came to become motivated. And the further I strayed from the word, the harder it come on now. Come on, am I the only one? Heavenly do say, yeah, those scriptures, they hit different now. They do, and all those things that my grandma used to say, leaning on the everlasting cross, right hand of fellowship. What I say, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. All of those things she used to say, I get it. I get it now. So definitely being more consistent in reading and studying my word. Right? Do not pass me by. Pass me not, O gentle Savior. Hear my humble cry. While on others, y'all remember that one? While on others thou art calling, do not pass me by. So that's definitely always a source of motivation. And then there's so many books in the Bible. I found myself drifting away from reading. And reading is always, how many of you guys read, like read, not read the newspaper or read an article, but how many of you guys like are avid readers? Like read at least a book or 2 a month. How many of y'all? And look, let me go back to church for a minute. Because the person at church that sung the least appealing was the person that sung the loudest. Amen. I'm going to say that again for the cheap seats. The person that was not in the choir, old Miss Such and Such, would sit on that front row and belt out those hymnals as if she was an opera star. And you know, we used to get pinched for laughing. That was my grandmama thing. My grandma was a pincher. Anybody had a pincher in their life? If you ever had a pincher in your life, you know what I'm talking about. A pincher will pinch you so hard to make you black out. A pincher. Somebody that really knows how to pinch. When I mean pinch, I mean pinch like that. Pinch you so hard that you will see stars. A pincher will pinch you so hard that you would lose your breath crying. So she would pinch us, and then she'd give us a mint to keep us from wailing out loud. But yes, baby, all off key. Ooh, heavily do said, and a thumper. A thumper, I'm telling you. Ooh, a thumper. A thumper will make you lose your mind. A thumper will a thumper will thump a knot in your arm. But my grandma was a pincher. And baby, she would pinch you till you blacked out. And it would be swift and hard. Like just grab some meat and turn it. Anyway. So Selena says she's a book reader. I'm a book reader. Vicky say pass completely out. Baby, the old school that these children here, Ursula said her daddy was a thumper. Baby, a thump you like they playing paper football. You remember paper football? Y'all remember paper football? Everybody doesn't remember paper football because you have to be of some age to remember paper football. See, we had toys that weren't really toys. Okay? A lot of y'all had real toys. We had to make stuff up, okay? That's how you know you was poor when you playing football with paper footballs, okay? We ain't had no real toys. We had paper footballs. But books are definitely a source of motivation if you don't read. And I read all kinds of books, mostly business books, but I mean read motivational books, inspirational books. If a book is a good story, I'll read it. Books are definitely a source of sometimes motivation, but most of the time, know how. You know, there's this quote that if you want to hide something from people, put it in a book. And so I've gotten away from reading. Girl, I don't know what I be doing. Anybody want to be honest with me? I used to be so productive. And now I don't know where my time be going. Anybody want to tell the truth with me? I know it's hard to admit, but what I'm not going to do is sit here and act like I got all the answers. Now, if it come to business, I got all the answers. But with this whole life thing, I'm just figuring it out. You know, Selena, I still got them. It's just I'll get them, and I don't have the motivation to read them. See, I'm just being honest. Everybody don't do that honesty thing, but I do that honesty thing. And then music. Music used to be a big inspiration for me, but now not so much. I used to always have one song that was my motivation. I think I need a vacation. Mm. I just need like a start over. Mm. I think I might do that this week. I used to get my motivation from the world because the world needs so much help. And not just the world, but how could I make an impact? How can I make change? How can I make a difference? And then my family, sometimes life just changes. I think like for a mom, when you have kids in the house, it's just so much easier for you to stay motivated because you got to keep them moving. And then when the kids leave the house, we got any empty nesters in the building? And it makes it, that's another thing I think makes it difficult to stay motivated. Is any of this making sense? Or am I babbling? So you know what it comes down to? Selena says supposed to be, but still home due to COVID. When it comes down to it, I think that your biggest source of motivation, outside staying, tuned to the word, it has to be yourself. You have to find a way. And for somebody who's never done it, it was always my mom, my kids, my job, my family, y'all, my clients. I've never done it for me. So that's where my struggle comes in. How do I and what do I do for myself? I used to wake up early because my kids had to go to school. Early is not like my choice, it's habit. I used to wake up in the middle of the night and work because that's the only time I had to complete things. So I'm thinking about two things. I'm thinking about launching my life coaching class. strictly because I feel like I need to get back to some of those tools myself. Y'all tell me what you think. And I really need to redefine. Good idea, Heavenly Do. I need to really redefine me. Now, for a doer, Heavenly Do, that's hard. For somebody that, it's hard to pump the brakes when you've been on the go for so long. When you've been on the go forever. That's true, sis. Look, y'all, these are my new counseling sessions. I'll be coming in here getting counseling for myself. Hello? Ain't nothing wrong with it. And then two, I gotta get back on my live stream. Girl, Ursula, life is hard. Okay, so life is hard, business is hard, the world is hard. I just try to do what I can to make business a little easier for y'all, because I don't want you struggling with life and money. Ebony, they used to be my word. My word used to be exalt. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Heavenly Do, you took the words out of my mouth. This week, this month, this year, I'm working on simplification. How can I do 2 or 3 things and get the same results? I'm going to tell y'all what I come up with. I'm not just saying go live 2 or 3 times, because I know it takes more than that, but the behind the scenes. How can I simplify and get the same or more results? Yeah, I agree, Ebony. If you're not careful, it does become overwhelming. But here's the good part. Y'all know when I figured out for me, I'm going to tell you what to do. Ebony, you missed the summit. It was really good because we had a whole time management night about saying no. And the quote was, if somebody asks you to do something, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. Good morning, Dolores. And what we meant by that is, if it's not something that's gonna make you extremely happy, good morning, Don, or move you extremely forward, then you got to tell people no. And that's hard. Good morning, Monique. That's hard for women. But it's also a learned behavior. So we was talking about men the other day, and men are really just wired different, okay? So watch this. We're on the way home from Troy's grandmama's birthday party. Woo! Heavenly Do, that's a book, girl. You need to write that down. Non-negotiable piece. You got about 6 months to write it. I'm going to write it. Y'all heard me tell her, right? You need to, girl. You heard me. Y'all heard me give her a disclaimer, right? She got by 6 months. That's another thing. I ain't wrote a real book in a long time. I haven't. You what you say, Emily? Do you better take your screenshot, girl? You better get today's date. It is April 20th, 2021. You got until October 20th, 2021 to write your book. Is it 6 months? Mm-hmm. It better be wrote and released. Yeah, because we tell people too many yeses. And people don't tell us yes like that, nor do we ask. So you got to identify the people in your life that give and the people in your life that take. Yeah, Heavenly Do. You better write and publish that book by October. Good morning, Miss Jewel. So we do have to choose. We can't keep making business so hard. We can't keep making life is hard enough. Do y'all agree? Life is hard enough. If I give you, business is one of those things that is very finite. If I say go do A, B, C, and D, and you're gonna get A, B, and C results. Business is like math. Life is like English. You got dangling participles. You got there, and there. You got uh here and here. You got so many opportunities. Two, and two. So many words that say the same thing and don't mean the same thing and they sound the same. Life is complicated. If we don't simplify business, then we're going to struggle with both. Take the struggle out of business. Get the right strategy, use the right strategy, but take the struggle out. You know what I'm saying? Business is create a product, get in front of the people that need the product, sell the product. If life was that easy, baby. So save your fight for the things that you need to fight for. So I left for a little while, Heavenly Do, not a long time, maybe like 30 days. Um, yeah, you gotta simplify business. A lot of times y'all struggle with business and with consistency because you don't have a model, you don't have a formula, you don't have a strategy, you don't have a regime. And you gotta have that. You gotta have that. So yes, that's definitely what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take your advice, Heavenly Do. I might book out of here today. I ain't got nothing else to do. I think I'm fit to book me a house. Good for you, Heavenly Dude. But you're a good person. You know what? I love it when good things happen to good people. Girl, Ebony, I'm telling you, I love it when good things happen to good people. That's right, Jewel. It's that whole simplification. And that's my whole motto right now. 3 to 5 moving parts. No more. No more. So that's what I'm finna do. I'm finna go find me a house in Galveston. Go rent me an old piece of car. And get out the house. Oh, Heavenly Dude, you better write that book. ABC 123. That's gonna be my new marketing plan. Girl, you better write that book. ABC 123. I'm talking about ABC 123, girl. I done moved on to the next book. So yes, I'm not gonna stay long. I might just stay tonight. I might stay a couple days. I'm gonna figure it out. You say you already done with that? So I think 6 o'clock, 6:15 is gonna be my new live stream time. And that's gonna be my time strictly for motivation because again, I need it. Jewel, if you don't finish that book, I'm coming to your house. Quit playing. That book's supposed to been finished. I think I'm gonna take my Bible, a book, some music, and a notebook. We got a convertible, girl, but it ain't old. Hey, good morning, Miss Bridget. Okay, Heavenly Do. Make sure you do. Make sure you send it to the Your Girl Power one. That's the only one I check. The OOO email. Yeah, Miss Jewel, they will tell you I don't forget many people. I'm pretty good at what I do. So yes, ma'am, I remember. Especially if you watch me for any amount of time, I remember. I do. Hmm. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna come back later and tell you guys what I figured out. But I'm just trying to step back into this. I'm gonna go back to some old classes, offer some old classes, offer some new classes, startup capital, and helping women find the money they need to really build their businesses. That's very important to me right now. You talking about Thelma and Louise? Oh, thank you, Rose. Just trying to get my swagger back. You know, Ebony, I want to teach them how to make them coins, but I also want to teach them how not to lose their mind while doing it. I don't want you to lose your mind. I don't want you to lose your mind. It's just got to be a better way. Oh, the family that prays. She did say Tyler Perry. And Thelma and Louise is not a Tyler Perry movie. Thank you, Miss Berlin. All right, that's it. I'm gonna get out of here. And I'm gonna figure my day out. And then I'm gonna come back and let y'all know what I found out. All right, love you guys. I see y'all. Don't forget. Now, hopefully, I can do sunrise from the beach in the morning. Let me see what I can work out. Okay. Let me see how quick I can get packed and get up out of here. Let me see if the mister want to be spontaneous. Okay. Love you guys.